Hello my fellow lobsters, and welcome back to this another snapshot video. In this video we're going to be covering the new snapshot, or actually one of the new snapshots, 20W11A. So let's get started. The first thing I want to cover is this awesome or new vine kind of thing. So basically this is like, well, sort of like the crimson vines, except it grows upwards instead of downwards. And I don't know if this is a glitch or not, but you can actually place these on any block, which means you can create ropes out of them by spamming bone meal. And by the way, bone meal now works on crimson vines, the twisted vines, and also kelp. So let's say I'm in survival mode and I need to get to a really high area really fast. I just hold down right click, and almost immediately it's pretty this tall. So let me switch to creative to see how tall it actually is. So I haven't really used that much bone meal. I used 20 bone meal, and it's all the way up to around level 156 in the sky. So this is going to be super OP, and it's going to be really hard to create walls that you can't get over now, especially because of the new crimson vines. So now it's raining crimson vines, which is so weird. And they're not actually all that hard to find as well. They're actually super easy to find. So if I go into the Nether, I've went into a crimson forest biome, and if you notice right away, there's not crimson vines everywhere. There's just crimson vines in some certain areas. So if you notice over here, it seems like this is some sort of version of the warped forest with tons of crimson vines. So once you find one of these areas, you got an infinite supply, because these grow almost as fast as kelp as well. Kelp or bamboo. They're super quick at growing. And there's probably some of them growing right now as I'm flying around that I don't notice. But if you guys notice it, yeah, that's cool. But, next thing I want to talk about is the Nether gold ore. So as I was flying by, I saw, the Nether gold ore, which is actually one of the newest blocks they added. So basically, when you're mining, this stuff is, about as rare as, the nether quartz. But so here I already found 4, 5, 6 nether gold ore. So that's 6 nether gold ore that I just randomly found. And each nether gold ore amounts to 1 of the gold ingots. So let me go back to my nether portal, which is right over here. And actually there is some twisted vines right next to mine. So you can find those things almost everywhere in the Nether, and they're super great blocks. So I would definitely suggest gathering a ton of those and creating some really cool farms. So now if you go, let me switch to survival. So so the only pickaxes that can actually mine nether gold ore are netherite, iron, and diamond. These are the only ones that you can actually get something from mining it with. Currently, wooden and all the other ones don't actually get you anything. So let me just put these in here, and if you'll notice, they're smelting to get the gold ore, or the gold ingots. So you immediately get gold ingots from these, which is a super quick source of gold, and now it makes it even easier to live in the Nether. There's so much more stuff in the Nether that is actually super useful that you're gonna really want. Like, for example, piglins now can trade you iron boots with an enchantment called soul speed, which allows you to move faster on soul sand and soul soil, which is awesome. And there's just so many different strategies. If you want to see some of the new strategies, go over and look at my 20W06A video. That one has a couple of the strategies you can use, but obviously it's changed because there's so much more stuff. But yeah, that's a great video too. And these things, the kelp, it's much easier to farm now because one click and you can pretty much like, or they can grow up to just a ton. I already got 6 and I only had to use 3 bone meal, and keep in mind that it's 2 blocks tall. So imagine what would happen if it was much more taller. So let me switch to creative mode again. And now I'm gonna show off our soul speed enchantment. So let me just move everything in here. So your soul speed enchantment, you can put on any boots, and you can get it from books, but the only way to get it is either on iron boots from piglins, or you can get it on a book from the piglins. And I'm pretty sure it's a random level now, so that's pretty cool. I'm gonna put my boots on and switch to survival mode. And while I'm running on it, you notice I'm like super fast, and there's these really cool new particles that are added. Like, this is so much faster than normal. But if I run in it for too long, you'll notice my boots are already losing durability. So I'm gonna run across these 4 blocks and see how much I lose. So I was at 471, I believe. Now, actually, okay, let me redo that. 477. I run across that. Still 477. Okay, so it looks like it's a random chance to lose it. And I think every time you lose it, the little particles might go up or something. But it seems like they're just randomly going up. And if you run too much with your boots with the soul speed enchantment, you're eventually gonna break them, which is a shame. But I feel like that's definitely worth being able to do this so quickly. And another thing that people have found also is that if you have soul speed and depth strider on the boots at the same time, it basically you're like super speed. If you have like tunnels of water and depth strider 3, soul speed 3, you can become incredibly quick. So next I'm gonna switch back to creative mode. This is a new patch or just thing that they added for the campfires. They can be activated by any flaming projectile, I believe. It doesn't look like that arrow that was flaming, though. Let me just... Okay, flaming. And the campfire's on. And you can... Yeah, you can't extinguish it with snowballs, but you can with shovels. So, and I think you can even throw flaming snowballs. I think. Right? Can't you throw flaming snowballs? No, you can't throw flaming snowballs. Okay, flaming egg? No. Okay, so basically anything that you can use to get on fire, and it can basically activate your campfire. Currently, I think the only thing that can do that is arrows, but it's still super cool anyways. And next, they made it so that any projectile, not just arrows, can activate the bell. If you hit the bell, it activates it. So this can create some really, really annoying contraptions, technically, that can, if you, like, miss something, it could ring the bell and then, like, spam it or something like that with the observers. But, that's really cool, too. So let me get myself a hoe, because they've actually, oh yeah, if you've noticed, the, netherite items are actually sort of going in with all the other ones. So the wooden hoe, all the hoes are down here, the triples there, and it goes in with the armor and the swords now, which is awesome. And let me enchant with efficiency 5 and game mode survival. So now watch what I can do. All those blocks that I just mined, the dried kelp block, warped and normal nether wart blocks. Targets and hay bales all are now the blocks that you can use for that. And let me enchant myself with fortune. Fortune 3. If I were to mine this, yeah, so I mined 1, and let me just throw that out of my inventory. I mined 1, and I got 3. So you can get a lot more stuff now from mining these. And I don't know if it actually affects all of the stuff. So let me just grab the bone meal. So, whoa. Okay, that was only 3 bone meals, by the way. So that's crazy high. And if you hit that, you don't get that much from when it destroys itself like that. But I did just get... I don't think I got 40, but I got a good amount. So that's cool too. And I believe that's it for this snapshot. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.